Park is beyond your expectations. Feel the anticipation.
Is this long shot?
Witness the speed. Experience the thrill.
Hi, Laurel Park racing fans, and welcome to the Sunday program. Another beautiful day for racing, fast on the main track and firm on the turf course. 9 races ahead on our replays today. Quick reminder, coming up next week, our final 3-day week here at Laurel Park, racing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then beginning the 4th of July, Thursday added to the schedule for the Laurel Park Summer Meet, all the way through end of August toward the Timonium Meet at Timonium there, so the Maryland State Fair. So put that on your calendars. Reminder, we do have racing now on Thursdays starting on the 4th of July. We'll be racing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3-day week to conclude the month of June. Fast and firm, 84 degrees, so the high on a Sunday afternoon, sunny skies, light and variable winds. Here's the first race to kick off that early Pick 5 wager. And they're off in the Laurel opener. You Might Be an Empress and Why Now firing out for the lead. A Jenny Highways on the chase and a Budakaba on the outside. Is Virginia Fable is racing 5th in between horses and settles 3.5, now 4 from the front. Blue Sky Venezuela is next, and then it is Determined Mission and Simonella, the 2 in the back. 9 lengths covers him into the far turn. Why Now just in front, but coming right back. You Might Be an Empress on the outside. They doodle together a length and a half, and it's Jenny Highway. A Budakaba is out of the clear, racing in 4th. Gap of 4 more lengths, and Virginia Fabled out of the inside in 5th, and Blue Sky Venezuela is 6th. They're into the stretch now, and it's You Might Be an Empress on the outside winning that battle, but Why Now is countering right back one more time. They've been at it the whole way, and here's Why Now just getting away from You Might Be an Empress. Jenny Highway is third, and leveling is Virginia Fable. The far outside is a Budakaba. They've got a 16 to run. Why Now, and Virginia Fable coming on the outside. Why Now, Virginia Fable and Jenny Highway. Why Now, Virginia Fable and Jenny Highway. Then You Might Be an Empress. And they're off. Lemon Drop Dreamer between horses for the lead, along with Odds Ever in your favor. That's the way to do it. Settles it in 3rd position. Still processing his 4th. Princess of Philmar is in 5th position. They're followed by None, who's in 6th. Do I Ever 7th. Racing about the 5 or 6 path way wide into the far turn run. And next in line to the inside there is Tap It Again, who's about a dozen lengths from the front, and Sea Candy. With one beaten at this point, it is Budakai who trails the field. Lemon Drop Dreamer out there flying right along with a 2-length advantage from Odds Ever in your favor 2nd. That's the way to do it, gliding along in 3rd position, ready to pounce on them now. Here's That's the Way to Do It, shifting just off the inside and running to daylight in between horses. That's the way to do it, and Odds Ever in your favor now head-to-head for that last 1/8 of a mile. Still processing, is now picked up 3rd. That's the way to do it, just out gaming Odds ever in your favor, who's giving a good chase. Then still processing Sea Candy and none on the far outside. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. With Julio Correa to win, drifting but going away. None on the outside was still processing in the photo for second, and odds ever in your favor. And they're off. Unseating the rider there was Sidecar. Sidecar, jockey heavy on Toledo. Unseated right at the start. He's moving him out of the ground. So it is Cold Sweat who pops to a 2-length lead from Victory Given into the turn run now, and Mega Millions just picking up third for Promising Pistols fourth of the inside. Maryland Bad Boy in that grouping in between horses. The loose horses on the outside of that crew. Another 5 lengths back, and it's Overpower and Total Access is trailing the field. Cold Sweat 3 in front, with Victory Given the closest one and gaining a bit of ground now as they move toward the quarter pole. Top of the stretch where Cold Sweat's just in front. Cold Sweat and Victory Given right alongside with that loose horse playing some havoc there with Victory Given's attempt to get at Cold Sweat. So Cold Sweat in front, 2.5, a furlong left to go. Just match racing with the horse that unseated the rider is Sidecar, but it is going to be Cold Sweat, and Cold Sweat will win. Cold Sweat, Victory Given, and Promising Pistol in that photo with Maryland Bad Boy, then Overpower. Now 6-5 on She's Divine. And they're off. Millie Chow with a sharp break. Words of a Feather has early speed, and Waiting for a Star is there too as She's Divine. And Millie Chow will settle right off that pace, about 2-3 path into the turn run. They are followed by Nevisian Sunset. On the inside is Da Philly. Outside of Da Philly, Bella Sisson drops over to the 2 path, and Lulu's on the move and sipping champagne. And War Tweet is the last runner, and about a dozen lengths from the front. The front held out there by Words of a Feather, and at 24.15, opening 2 furlongs has that head lead. Waiting for a Star is a close second as the pace slows. As Navigian Sunset third, just in behind him and eager to go. She's Divine right on the inside, comfortable fourth. Outside of that is Millie Child, another length and a half, and is Belle Saison sipping champagne. Lulu's on the move going past Da Philly, and War Tweet is still in the back. Only 10 lengths will cover them, 48.48. As the half-mile fraction into the far turn run, and Waiting for a Star goes on. Waiting for a Star takes the lead. Words of a Feather tries to counter right back on the inside. Indeed comes back to even terms. It is Millie Child in third position. Vision Sunset. She's Divine lurking there, only 3 from the front. She's Divine just needs a little bit of a place to go as they pass the quarter pole, top of the stretch. Waiting for a Star posted 6 in a minute 12.32. Waiting for a Star. She's Divine in traffic there. She's Divine now spies daylight from in between horses. She's Divine quickens up now, but in the meantime, Waiting for a Star still got the lead. Shifting off the heels of that one, Navigian Sunset's coming on the outside too. Navigian Sunset, She's Divine trying to catch Waiting for a Star. Waiting for a Star, very tenacious, wins from She's Divine and Navigian Sunset sipping champagne, and then it was a War Tweet. Set. And they're off. Baron of Bluegrass flying right out of there to open a length and a half quickly on Rail Master for the inside, and Creative Artist and Stroll Smoking in that second group chasing the speed there of Baron of Bluegrass. Rip Rap Riley racing up fifth on the outside now within 3 of the lead for the greater good as Shelley Island is next, and Joe's Bold Cat and the Mason Factor is in the back. 10 or 11 lengths will cover the field as Baron of Bluegrass has company now as they round that far turn. And shuffled back there was Rail Master, but Baron of Bluegrass tries to re-kick in the meantime. It's Stroll Smoking to tackle that one to the outside as they swing in. So Stroll Smoking, Baron of Bluegrass trying to stay on. Baron of Bluegrass, Stroll Smoking head to head. Rail Masters rallied back there to the inside, got every chance there. In the center of the track is Creative Artist lingering along in fourth. They've got a furlong left to go. Is Stroll Smoking, and Baron of Bluegrass at a real tussle with a furlong left to go. Stroll Smoking, Baron of Bluegrass, Ultra Game. Here comes Joe's Bullcat. Joe's Bullcat picking him up. Joe's Bullcat's going to mow him down, I believe. Joe's Bullcat in time. Joe's Bullcat. And it was a close photo for second. Maybe Baron of Bluegrass there was Stroll Smoking. And they're off. Battle midway in Greek God out for the early advantage and caught wide of the turn there is Apollo Landing. Widest of them all is Port Louis, benefits to the inside and going right to the front. So does Port Louis now in front almost 3 lengths as they move midway on that first turn. Greek God is second. A True Gentleman is racing in third position. And it's Apollo Landing on the outside of Battle midway. Seabrace saving ground 9 to 10 lengths off the pace up ahead, and Broad Expanse and Mythos is in the back. Now with about 6 furlongs left to go, that opening quarter went in 23.37 for free-running Port Louis, now with a 6.5 length lead. On Greek God's second a length, and a True Gentleman is third. Apollo Landing asks for a little more there from fourth. Battle Midway is in fifth. And in between horses is Broad Expanse is sixth, now 7 or 8 from the lead. Mythos is on the outside, the clears, long shot, and it is Seabray, who's got to pick it up from the back. Seabray ridden along, but getting a little closer from the tail of the field as they round that far turn. Half in 47.06. Port Louis down the lead, a length and a half from Greek God in second, and outside is Mythos in third. And it's A True Gentleman and Broad Expanse in between horses. Seabray still 7 to come as they move past the 5/16 pole. Battle midway, the back of the pack with Apollo Landing. Making the turn for home, Port Louis. Port Louis in front, 6 furlongs a minute at 12.08. Port Louis is there. Up the inside, A True Gentleman is charging hard. Broad Expanse is also there with a chance. Seabray the far outside, and Greek God, they're down to the final furlong. And up the inside comes A True Gentleman trying to get to Port Louis. Port Louis desperate to hang on, but is hanging on just from A True Gentleman on the inside, and Greek God on the far outside. A True Gentleman. A True Gentleman, Greek God, and Port Louis in that photo, and followed by Broad Expanse and Seabray. And they're off. One more ace sent out for the lead. Curlin's Night Speed and Junipero Avenue is there too, but one more intent on the lead is going to grab it now and open up 3. One more ace sprints away early at a good pace into the turn from Curlin's Night. Junipero Avenue is next. The outside is All You Got a Plan is in the 3 path. They're followed by Jupiter Rising, who's tucked in the inside there, and He'll Do is in between horses, only 4.5 to 5 off the speed. Conquest Falcon is followed by Tracy with a Y, Jericho Marsh, and Whiskey Dreamin' at the back of the pack. The opening quarter 24.05, and so One More going forward up front. One More sprinting right along with a 3-length lead from Curlin's Night and Junipero Avenue. Second and third, another 2. He'll Do is in between horses. I've Got a Plan out of the clear, and Jupiter Rising down to the inside. Jupiter Rising lurking now 4.5 from the front, beginning to make a bit of forward progress on that speed up ahead of One More, who in a half in 47.13 into the turn. One More leads it by a length now as Curlin's Night and Junipero Avenue come 2 and 3 wide for the lead. He'll Do. I've Got a Plan continues on the outside. Jupiter Rising still got 4 to close in. Comes off the inside of the tiring One More. That early leader is backed out of it, and Conquest Falcon's got a chance to. Conquest Falcon trying to loop and swoop him under a drive as well, and Jericho Marsh weaving through traffic. They're into the stretch, wide open affair. 6 furlongs a minute, 12.23 at the 3/16s. Junipero Avenue, Curlin's Night down to the inside. Conquest Falcon charging racing out in the center of the course. Less than an eighth to go. Junipero Avenue, Alex Sintrot on the outside. Conquest Falcon and Caramanis trying to get up in time. Here's Conquest Falcon, Junipero Avenue from Conquest Falcon. Curlin's Night was third. Then it was Hildu and Jericho Marsh. But up and they're off. Wee Money Creek sent up on the inside. Outside is Marie from Paris and Allison Kay there in between them. Into Bluegrass is on the chase from fourth. Barb's Gray Line down to the inside in fifth. And Traffic Plan and Too Hot Betty is in the back. Some 7 lengths from the pace up ahead. Wee Money Creek that head in front from Allison Kay and Marie from Paris on the outside on hold. And they're followed to the inside now by Barb's Gray Line is in mid-flight into Bluegrass right alongside of that one in Traffic Plan. And Too Hot Betty still last but only 6.5 from the speed up ahead of Wee Money Creek, who's tested by Allison Kay and a 3-wide Marie from Paris. 22.93 was that opening quarter mile. They move past the 560s. In the back of the pack of Barb's Gray Lion, and they move toward the top of the stretch now past the quarter pole. Wee Money Creek is the leader. On the outside, Marie from Paris is set down. Marie from Paris come to grab a narrow lead. 46.51 was the half mile. Out of the center of the track, Too Hot Betty. Too Hot Betty's now closing. Here's Too Hot Betty at Marie from Paris. Marie from Paris and Too Hot Betty to skirmish in the last 16th mile. Too Hot Betty, a touch too much. Too Hot Betty to win it by a half length. From Marie from Paris, close third. Into Bluegrass is there with Allison Kay and Wee Money Creek. That's it for Sunday's program here at Laurel Park. We'll see you on Friday afternoon for our next live day. It's our final 3-day week for the Laurel Park Summer Meet. Then on the 4th of July, we'll add Thursdays to the schedule. Coming up on July 14th, 4 stakes races on a Sunday afternoon. We'll have the Concern, the Twix, the Ben's Cat, and the Jamila Stakes action on Sunday, July 14th. Thanks for watching the replays from Sunday. We'll see you Friday afternoon with a 1:10 post time for Stronach 5 Friday.